let's not give more credit than we need to give credit to Bill Belichick in this one. It was, whether it's Bill or anybody else, they beat us, right? But you sit here and you tell me when we start with the average starting field position of the 40-yard line, and he starts with the 23-yard line, and I'm rounding up in both cases, and we were 1 for 4 in the red zone, and they were 0 for 1 in the red zone. You give me that ahead of time, I'm saying I like my chances. So it's not, I don't think, with all due respect, it's not a Bill Belichick type thing. It's what are you doing with the opportunities you got? We turned the ball over at the plus 30-some yard line. Sloppy football. So I'm very comfortable in that situation.
Mike, I saw people last night wanting to put Bill Belichick's Week 13 at Buffalo game plan right next to Super Bowl 25 in the Hall of Fame. So, listen, Mr. Patriot, where do you come down? Is this the brilliance of Bill Belichick, or is Sean McDermott, is he right? A lot of people characterize it or frame those comments from Sean McDermott as bitterness. I think he's right. Where do you come down?
You think he's right? No,
I do.
I
got exactly where he was coming from. All right, go ahead.
I know where he's coming from. I know, and I really do know where he's coming from. He's coming from Buffalo, and he's another in a long line, probably the best in the line, but another in a long line of Buffalo head coaches who have had to put up with this for a long time and sick of it. Now, he's probably the most competent. He's probably the most competent of a bunch that includes Rex Ryan and Mike Mularkey and Dick Geron and Leslie Frazier at one time was an interim coach, I think he was. I'm not sure, but it's a bunch of coaches, a bunch of them. Chan Gailey, I mean, names you forgot over the years. Sean McDermott is the best one, has the best team, and still, Bill Belichick and the Patriots are able to go in there and do something that nobody saw coming. This was a plot twist beyond plot twist. I thought the Patriots had a good chance of winning the game. I thought they would split with Buffalo. I thought Buffalo would win last night and the Patriots would win on December 26th. That still may happen. Maybe Buffalo goes to Gillette Stadium when the wind gusts are not 50 to 55 miles per hour, and both teams can throw the ball and run their full offenses, and Buffalo might win by 7. I don't know. But last night, you got it right. You called me Mr. Patriot, but you covered the team. You covered a championship Patriots team, but you put that item in your feed is exactly the point. I was telling somebody last night. I remember Bill Belichick having a private conversation with him about Ricky Williams when Ricky Williams was with the Dolphins. And the Dolphins' offense was pretty much see Ricky run. Hand it to Ricky. Ricky left, Ricky right, Ricky up the middle. And I said to him, hey, man, it's not like, I'm trying to be deep, trying to get on Bill Belichick's, trying to have a conversation, trying to hold a conversation with him. I'm trying to be deep. I'm like, look, man, it's not like you're going to load up the box every play and to deal with Ricky Williams. He said, the hell we won't. That's exactly what we're going to do the entire game until they do something about it. But if they don't do anything about it, that's what we'll do the entire game. And last night, when I was really enjoying the broadcast, right? I was enjoying the broadcast. It's 3rd and 18, and they're saying, well, maybe the Patriots can pass here. I'm thinking, no, they ain't going to pass. They're not going to pass. Yeah. He has committed to Bill Belichick and Bill Cowher share this. I remember Bill Cowher just talking with him about this over the summer. He said, it annoyed me. When I was a head coach, it annoyed me when my coordinators wanted to mix it up in the name of giving them a different look. He said, no, if I run this play and you don't stop it, I'm going to continue to run that play until you prove to me that you can stop it. If you don't prove to me you can stop that play, why should I stop running it? It is, as you said, it is brilliant in its simplicity. And that's what happened last night.
So
Bill
basic.
Belichick, sorry, Sean McDermott, deserves a lot of credit for what happened in Orchard Park, New York.
Well, Well, but I do think it's both, because if you're Sean McDermott, all right, for all Bill Belichick's brilliance last night, they scored 1 touchdown, okay? The Patriots had 6 drives, ending punts, 4 3-and-outs. They went 2 for 12 on 3rd down. And as McDermott pointed out, the Bills had better starting field position and nonetheless went 1 for 4 in the red zone. So if you're Sean McDermott, it's not Belichick's brilliance. It's once again, and I said this yesterday, it's your team's ability to self-destruct. You know, they're Inspector Gadget. Well, but exactly. I'm with you, though. But it's Inspector Gadget meets Mission Impossible. It's Inspector Gadget meets Mission Impossible, and that the Bills continue to self-destruct really since that Chiefs win, since they're 3-4 since they beat the Chiefs. We thought they might be the best team in the AFC. But year after year, with the exception of last year, against the Patriots. And so if you're Sean McDermott, you're looking like they didn't do anything special, which, hence my feed item, hence what you just said, Bill Belichick is not reinventing the wheel. Bill Belichick is looking at it like, I am going to play to my strengths, and I am going to exploit your weaknesses. Last night was the ultimate do your job game. The Patriots mantra is do your job. Never was that more apparent. Last night was a microcosm for that mantra. Do your job. And Mac Jones' job last night was to turn around and hand the ball off. But actually, let me quick sidebar on Mac Jones. Here's what I'd love to know. I would love to know, and maybe somebody's written about this. Maybe there's been some reporting and I just missed it, Michael. But I would love to know, you know, what Mac Jones did at the line of scrimmage. Is that what you're thinking?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something else. Okay, go ahead. What did you think I was going to say? I was going to say, I would love to know the last time in his life that he threw 3 passes. I mean, it didn't happen at Alabama.
It hasn't happened since 1974 in the NFL. We know that much. It hasn't happened in Patriots franchise history. David Andrews said he ain't done it since he was 6 years old.
In this NFL. But the last time it happened was 1966. But in the merger, yeah, you're right. Man, look, just think about that for a second.
And I know we're going to talk about in a win since 1974. But what I was going to say was, I would like to know what Mac Jones did at the line of scrimmage, because there may be some underrated aspect of his performance last night. It's like, oh, Mac Jones didn't do anything, but I'm sure there were run plays that Mac Jones checked the Patriots in and out of from the quarterback position that speak to his maturation, even as a rookie, when it comes to game management. That's an underrated part of quarterback. And a lot of people think, oh, the quarterback didn't do anything. He probably got them in and out of the right run plays more than we know, just based off of that chart. And of course we give props to the offensive line and the running backs, but I'm sure Mac Jones had a role in the run game. But that was a do-your-job game. And Belichick, going into this game, all the Patriots did was what the rest of us look back at in hindsight and said, well, that's obvious. So let's recap what he did last night. Patriots run the football very well. We gonna run it until they stop it. Well, speaking of stopping it, the Bills against the Titans, the Colts, and now the Patriots give up 210 yards rushing per game. The Bills don't really stop the run very well. They can be beaten in the run game. So let's do what we do well against what they don't do as well. Meanwhile, even without Tre'Davious White, the Bills have a pretty good pass defense. Well, we got a rookie quarterback throwing in the wind. Let's not make him have to win the game for us. Let's wait for them to mess up. Let's not mess it up. Wait for them to mess up. Get out of here with a 14-10 win. It's so simple, so basic, so obvious, and yet way too many people. Bill Belichick is so brilliant because he doesn't overthink it. And this is coming from the biggest overthinker on the planet in yours truly. I recognize when somebody doesn't overthink it. Belichick, we always talk about him being a game plan coach, Michael, and how week to week you never know what you're going to get from the Patriots. Why aren't more people like that? Why do so many people say, this is who we are, and this is what we do?
We do what we do.
And then get frustrated or flummoxed.
That's the word.
Or then get frustrated or flummoxed when they get stopped. Well, if you do what you do every week, somebody go watch enough film to be able to stop you.
Right,
Whereas
so
the Patriots
figure
are
it
like,
out.
what does it take to win under these circumstances? We will do that until forced to do otherwise. I wouldn't be surprised if the next game against the Colts in Week 15, they came out with an empty set and Mac Jones threw 40 passes. Wouldn't shock me.
That's right. I mean, look, think about what they did over the last 2 weeks. You know, the last game, before this Buffalo game, they played the Titans. And against the Titans, I thought they would run the ball. No, they tried to run against the Titans. They couldn't do it effectively.
Right.
So now Mac Jones drops back and he's throwing for over 300 yards. So in back-to-back weeks, Mac Jones has his career high in the NFL with over 300 yards and then brings it back to 19 yards on 3 passes. I mean, he threw the ball. Mike, he threw the ball 3 times last night.
Some would say 3 times too many. I don't know that he needed to throw any of them. They could have gone that entire game and not thrown a pass. There was never a critical situation where he was forced to pass.
This is, you said
that's his only pass in the first half. That's the only pass in the first half right there.
There it is. We got a fake. What's he going to, is he going to run it? Oh, he threw it. Nice break up there. Nice PBU. And they celebrated. How about they celebrate like, oh, man, he threw the ball. And we got him. We got him. But this is, you said 1974. This is straight up some 1970 stuff. This is straight up. This is right on, brother. This is give me some skin. What it is. And this is some what's your sign? This is the floaters, float on stuff. Like, that's the soundtrack from this game last night. A straight up 1970s from another era. People are looking like, where did this come from? This doesn't happen. And I'll tell you another reason it doesn't happen all that much in the NFL is because the quarterback usually is not disciplined enough to do it. You think about it. Okay, in your mind's eye, I got a guy in mind. Let me see if we're thinking about the same guy. Some quarterbacks wouldn't do it. So if the head coach says, the game plan is, we're going to run the ball all night, and you're going to throw, you might throw it 3 times. I can just think of like a couple of, I got a better idea kind of quarterbacks who, and one of them just retired, and his last game was against Buffalo. Like Phil Rivers ain't down with this. Phil Rivers ain't doing this. I checked out of something. I can see him checking out of something and going to the sideline, like pointing, like getting into an argument with the coach or something, because the coach says, well, hey, what, didn't we talk about this? Some quarterbacks ain't about that life. I didn't come to the game and hand off to somebody.
I think you're right. I think you're right, generally speaking.
Drew Bledsoe wouldn't. But
I don't. Well, okay. Well, here's what I do know. I know Mac Jones is.
Ben Roethlisberger would do it.
Well, I don't know, Michael. That's a hypothetical, but I'm going to speak with actual factuals. Not his immediate predecessor, but Brady would have done it. Brady has done it. Maybe not three.
Not three.
But not three. Nobody in franchise history done
Brady
it.
would.
Done it
Okay,
with
how
3
about
passes.
this? Brady would.
But Brady would have done it. Brady has done it. Brady has taken a backseat passing wise in games, not to this extreme, but he has taken a backseat passing wise. This is nobody's thrown it 3. I mean, Philip Rivers,
I would say
maybe not.
Here's my point.
He never was asked to throw it 3 times. He never had that luxury. He never had that luxury. Nobody else, I'll give it to you in a second. Nobody else in recent NFL history, going back to before I was born, for crying out loud, has had the luxury of playing in a system and a culture where everybody understands, not just quarterbacks, Michael, wide receivers. Everybody understands this is what we're doing this week to win. So Mac Jones may be a rookie, so he's never going to challenge Bill Belichick, but I would counter what you're saying by saying Brady would have done it because that's what this organization has been about for the last 20 years. Check your ego at the door. This is what we're doing this week. Next week may be your week. This week you're not catching any passes. Next week you're catching 12 passes. This week you're the starting running back. Next week you're not the starting running back. This week you're handing off. Next week we're going empty. That's what this organization is about. So had Phillip Rivers played in New England, maybe he would have done something like this.
I would say this, just and the distinction I wanted to make is young Brady in the same class as Mac Jones. See, Mac Jones right now says everything that the Patriots want him to say. Like if the wind blows too hard in New England, Mac Jones takes responsibility for it. It's my fault. I should have done something. I should have done something better. I should have been, I'm a part-time meteorologist. I should have warned you. If a receiver drops the ball, I threw it too hard. If an offensive lineman misses a block, I put him in a bad position. So he is their kind of guy. And Brady was like that when he first started. But, when you get to year 6, year 7, you get a little more autonomy, a little more independence. You've been through some things. You've seen some things. You can read defenses. And eventually, Brady got to the point when he was telling Peter King, I've got the answers to the test. Answers to the test, Tom Brady's not throwing it 3 times. And it's not like that he's a bad teammate. I think veteran quarterbacks look at it like Aaron Rodgers. Young Aaron Rodgers, maybe. Veteran Aaron Rodgers, like, no. Come on. I got a first down right here. I got 12 yards right here. You're telling me to get 4. I can see it. I can see this. Okay, that coordinator, that coach to quarterback communication, that thing cuts off. All right, now you're out of my ear. I'm going to listen to the voice in my own head. I'm going to check out of this. I'm going to get an easy first down. But anyway, beyond that, you're right. It's a hypothetical. But the larger point is, I watched an NFL game last night where the winning team threw the ball 3 times. That blows my mind. I watched the NFL game. The winning team threw 3 times.
Okay,
and,
hey,
and the other thing is, I enjoyed it.
Let me give you a couple of examples. I did. Let me give you a couple of examples.
Okay.
I did. Let me give you a couple of examples that I'm referring to.
All right.
This is 2008, September of 2008. Oh, no, this is when he got hurt. So this doesn't count. That doesn't count. He was 7 of 11. That's the game where Bernard Pollard hit him. Trying to find...
There's one against Miami where he threw for 76 yards in a win. It was only 76 yards.
Yeah, well, he was 7 out of 19, though. 19 attempts.
7 out of 19.
Yeah,
I think that's
attempts.
it. Now
there's a win against Miami. This is January. He probably got pulled. He was 10 of 16. Yeah, I mean, look, this is an extreme. This is an extreme. But my point is there were plenty of games where Brady decided this is not my day, in conjunction with the coach. And that's what makes this organization special, is that whether you're a rookie quarterback or a veteran quarterback, you fall in line. Most teams, and this is what frustrated the Bills, and we'll get to them after this break. Most teams do not intentionally become one-dimensional. That's the counterintuitive part. Is usually you don't want to be one-dimensional. But again, the brilliance of Bill Belichick is that one dimension is what's best for us to win, unless and until they stop it. And to bring it full circle, if I'm Sean McDermott, I am aggravated that even though we knew what was coming, we still did not stop it defensively sufficiently enough, whereas offensively, we couldn't capitalize on the opportunities we had to score more than 10 points, including kicking a field goal on 4th and goal into the win.
Well,
you get the last word, then we go to break.
And I know we'll talk about McDermott. If Bill Belichick's soundtrack last night was The Floaters, Float On, Sean McDermott, we're going to remix this thing to give it the context that we need. Sean McDermott's was Ralph Tresvant's Sensitivity. Because his comments after the game, you're a little too sensy. You're a little too sensy when you talk about Bill Belichick. And he didn't miss it. He missed it. He missed the whole point. Boom, over his head. Because the brilliance was not, the credit for Bill Belichick doesn't go, it's not in those 60 minutes. It's in the conception of the team, what he needs.
Sure.
It's like somebody who brings, the dude like, oh, you brought a knife to a gunfight. Oh, I got a gun too. And a knife.
Yeah, but
And
that's fine. But
And a
he's the greatest. McDermott
everything.
knows he's the greatest. But if you're Sean McDermott, your team did not perform. You had opportunities. You were in the red zone 4 times. Belichick's genius at that point, he's taking accountability for his own team's performance. If you're Sean McDermott, hold on, man. We can praise Bill Belichick without crediting Bill Belichick with everything. And so if you're Sean McDermott, what the hell does Bill Belichick have to do with your team not performing well?
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.